Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of FPL Podcast with me, Brian, aka FPL Analysis. I record this on Tuesday, 6th of April 2021 for a preview of Game Week 31 and also a review of how Game Week 30 went for me. Without further ado, let's head straight to the main discussion. Alright, so Game Week 30, how it went for me, it went pretty well. I went to the game week with one free transfer and I ended up banking the transfer, so I banked the transfer, so I have two free transfer right now. And I'm glad that I did what I did because my initial transfer would be Keane out, Azpilicueta in, and we know the next story, what happened to Chelsea. They were trashed by West Brom 5-2, and if I had brought in Azpilicueta, I would have gotten a 0 point, and leaving Keane to play against Crystal Palace, at least, although he conceded, he still managed to outscore Azpilicueta by 2 points. Okay, so the total score that I got for this game week is 72 points. To be honest, I cannot complain. It's a very good score already, considering how many people are actually doubling up, even tripling up on Chelsea's assets, especially the defensive asset, where they end up getting zeros for the manager. So with me, I only own Rudiger. Yes, Rudiger didn't play, but luckily I dodged the bullet, I guess, for Rudiger not playing is actually a blessing in disguise for me because one of my players on my bench came off with some pretty nice points. So I go through the points that I got from my players. Martinez in goal for 4 points, Keane 2, Diaz solid 6, Kufal came off the bench for Rudiger at 4 points after an assist to Lingard's goal. Rafinha with 6, Bruno 5, KDB 3, Moura 3, Lingard, legend, 12 points. Kane as my captain, 26 points, and Bamford blank with 2 points. So total 72 points, giving me another nice green arrow from 88k up to 62k. It's a very nice place to be. I'm getting closer to my target, which is to finish at top 10k. And according to livefpl.net, a very good website for you to check your live rank, I'm just 60 points away from top 10k and 9 points away from top 50k. So the first step is to get into 50k. I got my difference only 9 points and 60 points to get into top 10k, and it is very possible to happen because we still have a few game weeks with a few of doubles in along the way. So 60 points is very possible to chase that point. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I can finish up as high as possible and to finish probably the first time, okay, in top 10k since I started playing FPL seriously. Okay, so next I will jump straight to my transfer plan for game week 31. Okay, from the game week 31, because I banked the transfer at game week 30, I will have like 2 free transfers at game week 31. My initial plan, whenever the moment I roll the transfer, my initial very first plan is actually to do 2 free transfer, Keane and Pope out for Cody and Leno. But because of the match that happens, especially what happened to the injury news for Arsenal, where Tierney and David Luiz is out injured, I don't fancy the choice of Leno anymore. So, and Pope has a match against Newcastle in game week 31. So it's not the worst game week to play Nick Pope. I think I wouldn't be shocked if Burnley managed to get a clean sheet there at Turf Moor. So my plan right now has changed, and Cody, the person that I would like to bring in for following a good run of fixture for Wolves, I think I would like to stop or delay one more, postpone for another match, maybe 32. I'll start to bring in Wolves' asset because they are just not convincing just yet. Okay, against Fulham, it's okay. It's a green if you can see from the fixture difficulty rating at FPL app, but I don't think it's a really green because Fulham is fighting for a place at Premier League, so it's going to be a tough match for Wolves. So I don't see any guarantee there that it will be a clean sheet. And then another thing that makes me change my plan is actually the resurgence of the performance by Liverpool. A marvelous performance, a great performance by Liverpool 3-0, winning against Arsenal, and with Jota scoring goals, Salah back in the score sheet, and also Trent Alexander-Arnold got to score what he did, it changed my mind. So currently, if everything goes well, definitely I will not do any transfer until all the Champions League matches and the Europa League match is finished. So probably I will do it on Friday. I'll leave it late. Okay, and the thing is that to prevent any further injuries, because we never know, because Chelsea asset, maybe City asset, yeah, maybe Arsenal if you have, they are Liverpool, they are having Champions League midweek, so we need to wait. I think that's also advice to all the FPL managers. Unless you are playing a wild card, then just hold your transfer till the end to get as much information as possible. So if, let's say, everything runs smoothly, no injury, not whatsoever, then what my plan is that I have 2 free transfer. Probably I will do just one and roll the other. So the one transfer that I will make is in the defensive asset, and that's Michael Keane out for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Yes, I know this is quite surprising. Probably we have not been talking about Trent and Robertson, for example, or any Liverpool defenders for years, for quite some time, I can say, especially this season because of the injury that they have. I know early in the season we do all have maybe Trent Alexander-Arnold or Robertson, at least one of them in our squad, maybe double at that time. But as the season goes, following Van Dijk's injury, everyone is like starting to ship them out, and now I would like to bring them back. So currently, I checked, if I'm not mistaken, it's 13.5% ownership, and I believe most of TAA owners, Trend owners, are actually dead teams, meaning they are no longer playing. I think active managers only a few that really own Trend. So, but looking at the resurgence, how Liverpool plays, I think Trent Alexander-Arnold could be a good option. So that is potentially my transfer if everything goes well. Keane out, Trent Alexander-Arnold in, and I will I'll roll another transfer. So I have 2 free transfers ahead of game week 32, which will come in handy. 2 free transfers in every game week is actually very handy. And at that time, maybe Pope out for Patricio in game week 32, because 31, Pope has Newcastle. It's not a bad idea to play him. So probably I'll just play him and then just do one transfer for Trent Alexander-Arnold to come in. I'm really tempted to bring in Jota as well following the performance, but I would love to bring him in ahead of Leeds game, which is actually game week 32. So probably in game week 32, I will bring Jota in for KDB. Okay, so that's my thinking. So probably 1 free transfer right now, Keane to Trent, and then 2 free transfer, Pope out, KDB out for Jota and Patricio from Wolves. So that's potentially my transfer plans for the next few game weeks. Okay, now that is my transfer plan. Let's go to my captain picks. So captain picks, I think the standout one is actually City asset. Okay, Man City against Leeds. I think there will be goals there. So the likes of KDB, Gundogan. If you're brave enough, maybe to captain Cancelo, or even Diaz. So possibly, or even you're going to brave enough, maybe if you have Sterling or Foden, though they are very prone to rotation. So I think KDB or Gundogan, if you have, could be a good, nice option. But make sure, let's say, you have a strong vice captain as well. So those are my suggestions, because mostly if, let's say, Kevin De Bruyne or Gundogan doesn't feature, they normally don't feature at all. So that's actually good news as well for us. At least we have something come off the bench, and also we got the points for our vice captain. So setting a good vice captain, a strong vice captain, is actually very advisable, especially when you are captaining a City asset with a lot of Pep roulette. Another option, of course, if you have Liverpool asset, Salah, Jota, I think that would be a good option as well against Aston Villa. Kane, I think the man in form right now, despite facing a big match against Man United, I think he has the potential to do something again, looking at the form. And I'll throw one name, and that's Lingard against Leicester. I know that Leicester is also having problem right now, but Lingard is just on fire. He's a man in form. I think he would be a nice differential captaincy if we are brave enough. Probably captain Kevin De Bruyne or Gundogan, and then vice captain maybe you can put it on somebody like Lingard maybe. Okay, so something that is a little bit brave. I can see myself actually doing that. So I could possibly put captain Kevin De Bruyne and vice captain on Lingard, looking at the form. Just for anticipation, who knows? Let's say Kevin De Bruyne didn't feature, and then Lingard will come as my captain. Okay, so yeah, that is all that I would like to discuss. Thank you for listening. If you find it useful, give it a like, hit that subscribe button. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.